call this New Year's party. We would hide it from the and tell people we make sure that from Blue Street isn't here yet, so somebody we use is another car and so you say this is
like he was about to strike, I'm like, oh my god, they have to start singing right now.
but they didn't this is fun. I mean, I'm not down there to be honest. So I was like, no more like we're working on it. And it was sort of like, it was like, well, Eric and I remember him like,
how's your summer going?
what time you guys want? They just, I don't know, I know they should and also it's expensive. Like all of it was gone. But
Just say, be very clear and say this is real problem. I can't afford it.
first part of and it was like, okay, crazy, and there's only this much reason. So like, and then they put it in
Yeah.
I mean, the job also.
And they hire a bunch of people just like me, they get people that are into improv and really performance and comedy. So I'm like surrounded by my people. And like it's 10 interviews. So like it's like you can't go to work. Yeah.
I know. I've never been to
Interview. They're like, customers questions like that. Honestly, I'm
How long will you be with the permanent here?
well, it's a job. But I mean, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. I mean, it's not like they own, if they hired you or stuff.
Yes. Yeah. I try to encourage him to push them.
It's very careful of our many
Yeah, and that's one thing that bothers me. Like, I don't know. It leads me to believe.
Well, you could also, yeah, sure.
You like the gram?
But you were kind of freezing.
Yeah, it's more about me. It's more about my overstimulated mind. I love that.
That's
actually like your famous I think it's not right. Really? It's comforting. Like I need to join like a puppy store. Like she hates me so much. So yeah, I think I'm so neurotic. I'm like, oh, she's so bad. She hates me.
Good fodder for your company.
Yeah, I do honestly. It's constantly got like a dream in my head about my dog.
You're technically now I write a copy for
I know. I like saw you on the same point.
No, we were having dinner and we were laughing something on the patio of Marlowe.
Headache is all
I had
No, it doesn't happen anymore. It's broken through the battery. Yeah. Although I have to say, now that I've done for when my girls are kids, it's
like a dog.
Is it starting? I don't know. Like, but yeah, Karen's doing with my
Tinsel.
really cool.
Yeah, Mother Teresa.
No, I just like
Lady T. And then Trees. I didn't realize it's not Trees. Trees. Reese for a while. Reese's Pieces. Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. You gotta like Milk Lemonade. Around the corner. You know how it goes.
They're chewed over for like 2 weeks. I've never even thought of some shit out. It's just like
Yeah, Reese. I actually went by Reese briefly in the 5th grade, but decided I didn't quite fit. But yeah, Mother Teresa.
Yeah. I'm craving.
Sure. Oh my god, I totally understand that. Yeah.
And like less brains involved in the
Cute.
I know you do.
You sure?
And like wanting variations to make it possible. And he was so writing down. Yeah, I was like, shut me down.
I think I have this thing with like, I just grew up in that life too much, where I used to see shows anymore.
And it's like your house ultimately. Not you.
back. I was like, oh, you have an idea. Yeah, I'm sharing the
The whole thing is
I
really
think I wonder, I was in a venue last night. Feel comfortable here in my
Sure, yeah.
Sorry,
I made it. It's pretty good.
First class
They have their meeting on Monday, so they can review it. She's alright. I don't know. We'll see. I'm pretty good about it. If it was not me, I would like that.
It was the perfect dinner.
No, I didn't read that. Like, it was like a one-off silly night.
Like another
It was pretty good.
Why did I remember last time we were at Dixon? It's upstairs. Very nice. Okay. Because I was like, what's wrong? Why is that? I was like, it's totally different, but it also was incredibly different. It was like I was like on that computer for 10 minutes, and then oh my god, this is my computer. Oh yeah. So funny.
Yeah.
When I was like, because I was like, man, I really believe it. I was so proud of myself, and I was like, guys, you can watch my video art, and we still wanted to figure out the internet. I was like, where's YouTube? What is happening here? Why is the screen like radiating, like radioactive material? But like, I'm able to like go through it and figure it out. Yeah, I was like, it's just a different computer that I'm not familiar with.
It's funny because like my first few ideas, I thought were also pretty good too, and then like the more you
Yeah, I got it. No. You should come on Dixon and watch us. I think I can handle it. It's totally really safe space.
You had to be more.
That will be able to drive me. I've never been to the best chocolate place.
So much like great. Like,
I mean, it's amazing. There's the day, like the whole
that was like
decorating cabinets was super fun. You can like walk
even like the winery critters that it got our nieces.
It's a really, really effective.
That's really good.
It's not a
That's what I'm saying. They're not very container. Like it has like a stony dry. I don't know why.
There must be some weird plans of like having drinks run out. That you just like timing. They're on a little kind of secret.
So much. Like that.
about the redevelopment and
It was kind of nutty.
I feel awful.
yeah, just and it gives you a feeling
That's all. Sure. But salt is just gonna dry it.
I just remember about it. It's an extremely interesting culture. Yeah, a little bit out of touch.
Absolutely.
Well, I know, and I was looking at last night, like all the dream show and all the like, call it that cheese fries. I was like, I felt the coffee though too. Like I felt going last performer.
Do you remember that time that you said you like
Kind of last point and like.
So that's
coming out. I'm trying to get it back.
I'll do
I was in North Dakota for 2 weeks and it like made me this really like active like place that I
It's so
Yeah,
We played with kids for 4 hours.
Actually,
Yeah, we read up, played with kids for 4 hours. She drank wine at her deck, watched the sunset. Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you all for being here. Can't really see you, but I feel you. There's lots of queer stuff happening. Where pre-show music would come in very handy. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to. The clouds needed airing out. The clouds needed airing out. I sat staring out the window and wondered about balloons, their feelings. I threw an elbow out the window and ran to the sill to see where it might go. It hovered. I pressed my chin to the splintering leadwood, dragged my throat. I dragged my throat against it, could feel the breath-petrifying pressure, bulging blankly, my eyes gagging, bulging blankly. See where I might go. It fell. The elbow fell. I looked down and saw it resting limply in a pardoning cotton tree. The tree oozed sulfuric sensuality. The elbow, forgotten whispers, bursts. Bursts of decay littered the air. I could taste the salt in it. Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. In the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you. I wondered about the texture and density of balloons. What were people's feelings for a matte finish or a glossy finish? Cotton candy seemed to register and resonate in the same part of my brain. Bombs, too. Suddenly, an explosion occurred in the air, in my gut, in my energy, in time and space. As I perceived it, my vexed vision grew fuzzy. Only the fizzing cotton candy swirling before me. My vexed vision grew fuzzy. I could taste the sweetness on my teeth. I could feel the mossy grip on my teeth. My spit saturated with the chemical joy. My teeth ached with the sugary buildup. I developed a stomach ache, a headache, a heartache. The cotton, the bombs, the The buttons, the balloons, the bombs too, all a tempestuous fog. Alarms began to ring, wheels set in motion, they began to turn. Legato lingered upon siren waves. Its rhythmic charm reverberated in my ears. Give me the sun. Give me the sun. The alluring loop sent shivers along my already quivering skin. I became bound in pastel petals. My hair charmed as wavering incense lavender. My toes liquefied, melted with the sweet kisses of this enchanted voice. Its timbre hypnotizing, a pottery stamp pounding out an agreeable sound. Give me the sun. You'll have to sift through the clouds first. Utters an enchanted voice, appearing, a draped and dreamy figure, a master of masquerade, a living, breathing charade, providing a cloak, a miraculous veil. I wrap myself in the warmth of this cloak with all the likeness of shivery identity. It is a cloak of many a color, any and all may be at my beck and call. I sucked the bewitched fog around me, devouring the melody. It gathered in my belly like a conjured storm, waves lapping haplessly. I, a majestic martyr, crying out, begging to the unknown with the intent to barter. The figure dissipates, yet its essence lingers in my veins. Bombs, too. When all the noise stopped and the halls cleared, the echoes turned inward. Shattered mirror of the mind. The voice tickled my veins. The erotic stranger. Sickness bellies here. Out of the fog, long, white, bony finger points at me. Pricks at my scars, pricks my pelvis. This is what it is like to be a hollow vase. The reverberation pounded at my temples. I saw and felt and heard and tasted lavender. Submission, subtle petals pressing on my brain, cocooning my insulated inadequacy, linens choking my flesh, mummifying my concealed decay, glittering decay, moth breath to the flame. Moth breath, moth flame is my breath, Judas the brute is my tongue. As my body grew stiff, my eyes remained open and true. My thumbs bled thick, gristly rope, yanking, urging me forth, levitating me toward the mystic fog. I, a monarch butterfly pervading, a phoenix coerced from the ashes. Abandoned skin, feeling released and relieved from a paper thin oppression. Tinker toy, pinker boy, batch me, bait me, bathe me, please. Oh, I know that evening's empire has returned into sand, vanished from my hand, left me blindly here to stand, but still not sleeping. My weariness amazes me. I'm branded on my feet. I have no one to meet, and the ancient empty streets too dead for dreaming. I walk along stony streets and feel the beats of familial ghosts. Inhale the fog of majesty, absorb the resin of surrendered souls, my kin. I saw a beautiful man with a slanted chin and eyes like deeply muddled rivers. I watched him through the window. He looked indefinitely disturbed. I wanted a piece of it. I wanted to pull him to me. I wanted to lick his endless flesh. I wanted to absorb his tattered tremor. We came to a stop. The doors opened. He walked in, and I walked out. These impulses sent quickly to their maker. Wax seeps from my pores, my veins enter levity, all is tranquil, release, release. Torpedo ankles levitate upon a trampoline. Gagging with laughter, banter of joyful nostalgia. Recall early memories. Recall memories of banter, and nostalgia. Trains glide through forgotten stations. Rations are accorded for in symbiotic beats. Beats, a timpani beats, moth beats, a timpani beats vibration. The station is express. The station syncs with coalition of a ghost. Give me the sun. I, the host of a ghost, agitated with aging missiles and guests begging for airless vacuums, brooms on leaking railroad posts, posts of dubious persuasion, leaking railroad posts of rustling racket, frying welcomes of dubious persuasion. Equations are fractured in their delivery, their operative disconnected, swaying openly, detached from their connection. Direction is clout, shout and silence is stealing sweetly. Oh, steal me sweetly, stealing my youth. Steel is the saddest sound. Frown cake batter spilled and gladly lost. I, the ghost host, bothered by numbers, jubilated by gums. A hairy visitor is quarantined, pegged for a fiend of thirst and buckets. Rustic Railroad fans rustling, rustic baskets transporting zombie bunnies. Zombie bunnies that adore chocolate and wrapping. Brilliant filament. Clouds needed airing out. The lavender moon bathes in my weightless belly. My ankles throb with thoughtlessness, misshapen beginnings. My hands are coarse with protruding veins like those of the great San Andreas fault. They're jaded. Their jagged ridges beg to have their jaded, faded story told. Just single words. I don't know how to use hard vocabulary. How romantic. A man to draw you up in red pen, to interpret you on forgotten yellowed paper, to devour you with his mind. I had to pointedly exclaim my well wishes for his perfectly pink organs. On the vine, awakening, isn't that divine? A string of bold courage draped along a pretty pink peeling wall, layers pulled back to reveal a soft membrane, or perhaps a bleeding brain. A splendid quandary for the same, staring at a grungy, flaking wall, seemingly so ready to fall. I fuck whatever is most probing. Please understand, it's a necessary sobering. Give me your love and your sack. I'm truly an idle fool for the rack. Who's really to know what you might give back? Perhaps we are the ones radiating the necessary flare? Heading somewhere I don't know. Quickly. Starlets are part of the process. Isn't it time we progress? DIY. Take me on a trip upon your magic swirling ship. My senses have been stripped. My hands can't feel to grip. My toes too numb to step. Wait only for my boot heels to be wandering. I'm ready to go anywhere. I'm ready to fade into my own parade. Cast your dancing spell my way. I promise to go under it. And they clapped with us. I play in a roadshow, and I am the marvelous underdog. My room is not nearly what you would imagine. I dream of cardboard cutouts and spaceships, the lavender invasion deep in my brazen brain. It swelters under the heat of those follow spots. The beads of sweat quake on my already quivering skin, goose pimples, quivering. The beam follows me. Am I doing it right? Do they like it? Their ambiguous faces, distorted and grotesque, it is hard to tell. I may very well be a bean sprout. I stretch and boop, they jab and whoop. Do not touch me. I may explode lava tentacles. No one must stroke me. I would erupt tar and terror. I once balanced boulders blissfully. The fear buried In the arch of my foot, 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 see where I go. I may dilapidate daffodil light, which dilapidates vibrato vision. You pink-lipped prophet, might die from the fright of absorbing my tattered tremor. You might count yourself lucky for panting other people's pleasings. My biddings bend the spirit. You may want a revolution, I want a disillusion of propriety and neatness. Don't tell me that folks oppose your prose. At night the ships come to me, the waves alive in my belly. The wanting waves are alive in my perilously pointed belly. Spouts of moisture prick me like static from the socket, like sockets at the temple, the lever turned high up. From my bed I transcend to the bow of that ship with my hair as active as charmed snakes. Then take me disappearing through the smoke rings of my mind, down the foggy ruins of time, far past the frozen leaves, the haunted frightened trees, out to the windy beach, far from the twisted reach of crazy sorrow, yes, and dance beneath the diamond sky, with one hand waving free, silhouetted by the sea, circled by the circus sands, with all memory and fate driven deep beneath the waves. Let me forget about today until tomorrow. I picked a lily for him. I'm his pansy. His pansy man doing tricks in the roadshow with a leash around my neck. Pay admission and you can have the key to my cage. Lead me by the collar, invoke my submission. I'm the underdog. He picked a lily for me. I was the star. The applause blended with the tin in the air, blended with the sweat on my spread lips, blended with tights welded to my skin, blended. It was a party. Later that night, it was a party. Lots of people came. He was there. He was wearing a lapel and the worn floral pastel button-down in his shirt pocket. We talked to the party. From across the room, we tilted our heads back in accordance to the chatter, and laughed. The sound echoed throughout the room. It reverberated throughout the room. Bottles were poured and people explored. From across the room, I caught him at a glance. He smirked at me. I smirked back because we were in love. Cigarette butts accumulated, bottles were emptied. The crowd poured out, just as they had poured reception on me and the show earlier that eve. I inhaled through the window. I exhaled out into the empty crowd. I stared at the stone wall outside. A corpse had been draped and dragged through the opening repeatedly. The door never quite shut. I kept staring at the stone wall. It quivered and trembled, quivered and trembled. What is it you stare upon so hazily? He wonders. Bursts. I massage the word with the air in my steaming mouth. I kept staring at the broken silhouette there on the stone wall. It contorted in endless shadow. Ivy flanked the wall. It draped and bellowed, draped and bellowed. The figure was stuck, walled in. The drapes inhaled the brick wall. I turned back into the choking room. The elusive and astonished world beyond. We were astonished. Astonished by numbers and figures and crowds and aimlessly pointed fingers. People kill us for this. Tomorrow is another show. And tomorrow I am not sure if he will stay. But the reverberation will. The echo will remain. I will attempt to restrain the waves lapping at my belly, the reverberation. I want to form a mold to the womb I think I inhabited. Resurrection. They've scraped me from a cell, all genitals and barbed wire, shriveling and shaking like a lamb from the womb, excavated too soon for my wormy tomb. They're always begging for a performance, throwing razors and lilies at my bruised feet. A screaming chorus of fuck me in the style of white noise. My throat is lined with scorpions, all strategically placed, all vying to win the rat race. Who will keep pace? He goes home and I go to the river flow, the liver's woe. Another show to overextend for tomorrow, to show up to and to break apart for, to follow the grand supreme and hope to wean off that afterglow, that glorious blood flow. Slice open my wanting veins and play my earnest part. I play in a roadshow. I play the underdog. That is my role. I am part of the show. I am part of the great big firework sideshow. I am a marvelous wonder. To the ticking clock I puke asunder. Will they applaud? Morning, morning, morning. Black coffee nights leap into dizzied, frenzied mornings. The shakes cause quakes in the floor. Saxophone solos blaring, staring at the radiator, clicking, hissing, clicking, clicking, clicking. Eyes stretched wide. Try kicking the accelerated voices, pounding in the brain. Their leaking oil leaves a stain at the temples. A temple where you lower yourself to your knees. Burn sage and spread lavender seeds. Pour out your heart to your chosen sea goddess. They bomb faggots for not appeasing, a proceeding all human reason. Gutted, our asses gutted for treason, staked on a chilly rod and displayed out in the public square like the heads of Henry's wives. Black is the color of my true love's hair. His dick is something special. Fellatio finds friends, finds foes, finds five-fingered ferns fiddling with their bind, plastic plants, a plastic placebo planted, a placenta placed in the waist. They fingered her face. They fingered his face in place, in space, or that which she gasped. Bind the dreary doll, and forbid his melancholy misdoings. Pudding lips, pudding mouth, pudding toes. He dipped his toes in the pudding. He made the pudding in plastic, smeared the plastic pudding all around his mouth, dipped his pleading toes in the mixture of pudding and plastic, and went went to work on a fantastic portrait. The pristine marble floor, his canvas. The fingers pointed toward you, you brown, black confetti. People often please plastic plates. Mistaken for neatness, planted a naked placebo waist. Don't give face or finger, which is blackly brown. Frown at your waist, he chuckled. We mean tender. Tender, lie through the call, pitted for the fall, crawl through the shattered photographs in your tattered moth-decayed gown. A moth, a bug, dances through. Crescendos, crescendos, crescendos. The pudding on his lip, the tip of his nose. He sat in sweet, velvety repose as he admired his work. Silence. I cracked my head open the other day and found an entire lineage. It all came oozing out from split skull, slipping, sliding, seceding, like a stag cut loose from the rain. I got lost in its silvery mane. I used to have a body that ticked toxic truths. Truths my own convention. Vapid flytraps, someone else's invention. My body would seethe simplified signs of frayed maps. Bombs bellowed from my genitals. My insides would sometimes freeze. They would sometimes dry up. Taxidermy has a nice ring to it. A certain waxy tint around the iris. Piss poison on lava ankles and stony feet. Molasses beat, pandas bludgeon, bloody faggot clinging my rib cage, panda claws and claws and claws. I wish to peel the flesh like that of a freshly harvested grape. Release the shrieking paper panda within. Tempo is a funny choir. It has rough edges yet bountiful resolutions. Tampered harmony licks my veins clean. Steam gushes from my noisy nostrils. My skin carbonates green. I foam at the mouth. Narration never knows how the body may resolve. A problem dictates nostalgia. The foam from my mouth, seething green from my mouth, from my mouth. Rapture wrecks rambunctious twins, pins them between the gallows and the forest. It isn't proper or polite to fight a twin. It isn't pleasing. The foam seethes green from my mouth. I can see to the shadow on the wall. I bend to the call of the whip. It is that which comes to my aid. I, a marionette, a sprite in the bushes, a sprig to the order, am held by my master, held by a series of string behind my eyes, posture perfect and pulled tight. I glide, I almost float within reason as to not snap the rope. A ticking mechanism provides the means to cope. I want to make love to you on a stolen beach, scraped from the ocean floor. Come and knock, knock, knock at my splintered door. Tonight we may lose the battle. I am a marvelous mediator, manipulating mannerisms among many. My skin, bone, muscle are minute, my body is fleeting. Sustainable is my subjugated soul, a clamped commodious claw caressing my commodity. I perpetuated in a sea of sodomies. My phantom masochist whishes through the wind, flows with the whip as I cry out the thrones of the clock. We tripping through centuries of ecstasy. I am beckoned by the boot, bruised by the buckle, bloodied by the brute. I, sir, am the femme, the narcissist to the flame, the crackle, the tingle, my flesh white, hot, limbs restless, my mouth so wet, my cock so wet, seething, sizzling sweat soaks my skin. I reach to you, you, my kin. You reach to my cock, finger swipe some. You reach my mouth, incessant, insertion, possession. I fill up, some in a puddle, my eyes sync with yours, bereft to be subtle. I shoot and spray, a beat to the drum. Your hand to my cheek, pure venom. Your strong and sturdy hand sinks into me like a brand, surged into my thankful flesh. Two welded together, a divinely blessed mesh, sewn into conjunction, a machine with an adjoining function. Daddy, you've been doggone sweet on me. Daddy, you're the only one I see. You know I need but you, 'cause you're my man. You love me like no one can. Something about you I can't resist. And when you kiss me, Daddy, I'll stay kissed. Now, Daddy, squeeze me and squeeze me again. Oh, Papa, don't stop till I tell you when. Oh, Daddy, squeeze me and kiss me some more. Just like you did before. Yeah, Papa Cupid, standing close by. Oh, Daddy, don't let your sweet baby cry. Just pick me up on your knee. I just get so, you know, I just get so, you know, when you squeeze me. My body burns, yearns, my body convulses, my head, my cock pulses. My body is engulfed, you watch the fire. A calculated smirk as you begin to jerk. Your motions become quick, you develop a tic. All the while, hand wrapped around your dick. Your cock swells as my body yells. The flames are peaking, your cock is leaking. I lay back, begging, your eyes fixedly pegging at my soul. I clutch at your sack as I lay on my back, longing for the release. Your body rises as you begin to twitch. Yeah, that's right, I'm your little bitch. You clutch my throat, a passion for the gloat, a few thrusts more. Give me what I long for. Your cum is like a coat to cool my burning flesh. Over me washes relief. Your eyes seem sweet and tender, only to be brief. For I will forever surrender, the fire to return, our bodies learn, our instincts forever yearn. Two welded together, running without cause, two entities who need no pause. The thick white clouds subjugated to the royal red. Two factors entwined together forever, you and I. You and I. Ghosts. As you wake, the fog is cut like a lamb's throat. The dew is in your eyes. The clean exhaltation glossy on your skin, your quivering skin, your hypnotic holy skin. Give me the sun. Give me the sun. I've already felt the pains, the strains of man-made explosions. I want the moon. Daisy petals kiss your eyes. I can see the bird resurrected in your thighs. Steel is the saddest sound, ropes around your ankles, you're bound. Give me the sun. And your height in my vision, reinforced in symbiotic symphony. Torculation, encapsulated in division. Give me the moon and your steel dress and my blessed mesh, a velvet haze. Our pheromones create a dizzy gaze. Steel is the saddest sound, ropes around your ankles, you're bound. You were never fond of steam or smoke or dope. No haze in your brain. Your veins pump only oil and gasoline. Your hands are made of Vaseline. You can't get a grip, can't commit. Can't spit allegiance to any womb but your own, vacant and warm, empty and full of rebellion. You were always fond of the stallion, busting out, slitting the glass throat of your captor, busting their wicker jaw. It has gaps, you can see right through. It goes right through you. It goes sour in the heat, the stench ripens in the heat, the tick of the big steely machine. The world breathes your name. I need the sun till our days go by, we die, fray at the hips, sips of a dazzling dynasty, frown gone. The world beats my name. The world breathes your name. The world beats my name. And I see you as you are. Quizzical concepts quake at the windowsill. Quivering twins hover in the space in the lack in which snakes inhabit. In the lack in which snakes inhabit. Hair wired and free. Frizz and be free. Be forgotten, be bold, be blessed, be a frock which billowed messages to popping onlookers below. Set me to the pedestal, to the plastic pole, drawing miscolored footprints on tattered tenements of teetering teacup lips and teeth that chatter boldly. Twins too, gnawing at one another's necks. Birds, too, pecking, pillaging, ravaging prey. A steel command reaches out for the twins to stay. Bombs, too. Obey and pluck your feet. Your beak won't do. Tush your porridge. Your oatmeal beard has no power here. Go out the back door where you came from. A puzzle is a good answer for herring. A puzzle is a good answer for threading hairy doors shut. Recall early memories. Banter of nostalgia. My mind can be tricky, a touch, lobotomous. Cracks in a strip of sandpaper, a disturbance, a ripple in a bucket of jostled oil. Uncoil the straps. The white glove. Will I wash the white glove? The white glove. He tells me he wishes to hold on to it, to bask in the wave. What for, I wonder? Then I decide it better not to at all. I decide instead on a swim in the water, cool my inquisitive flesh in the wish-wash of the lake. He asks if I'll be back for wine. I leave without an answer, the weight of it lingering thick and fat between us. I wallow in my whining as it wavers in the winding water. Palms paddling outward, I push my way back to shore. All the while, my toes squish through the soil. Chanting, chanting, lounge through it all, lounge, please, lounge. We mean tender. I wish. I wish for gasoline, for planks, and for rectified ranks. Don't apologize through the pain. I glance out through the window. The clouds needed airing out. Bursts of forgotten whispers. The regret is chipped. I sigh. Perhaps it is best to simply peel it away. Peel away the breath-petrifying pressure. Release the paper panda within. Murky puddles, muddled rivers. We resume our purposeful gait. I hum our favorite tune. New. I sense my teeth in the early morning haze. I feel the mossy grip on them. The glow of the lazy dew prominent upon the ever-staring willow. I gag a giggle from my gut. He is wearing the luminous glove. The remaining artifact from our days of regalement. I roar no more. Today we will work on which words, just single words. I don't know how to use hard vocabulary. We will bake a pie. I close the screen door and with my free hand secure it tight. Free hand, I secure it tight. the jingle jangle morning, I'll come following you. Thank you. Thank you all for coming. I think I know all of you. I don't know you though. Hi, thanks for being here. Well, everyone knows about you. I'm GJ Dowding. This is my first solo performance piece called Tinker Toy, Pinker Boy. And this is my first real try at it, so thank you all for being here. It was lovely. I'm gonna go get changed. But you should stay and have a drink and mill about or do whatever it is you do, smoke a cigarette. But I'm gonna change quick and have my drink and come back and probably immediately have another drink.
You're not coming for mine.
Yeah.